especially gratifying to see this auditorium just packed with people on this rather gloomy afternoon. Gloomy outside, but it certainly isn't gloomy in here, because I see lots of smiles and lots of anticipation about supporting our graduates today. So I'd like to extend my welcome to families, friends, students, staff, and loved ones. And thank you very much. And I'm going to turn it over to our MC, Miss Emily Holt.
Please stand as we welcome the Springdale Job Corps full program graduates, vocational graduates, and GED graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduating students for February 25th, 2000. Ladies and gentlemen, graduates, please remove your hats and please remain standing as we say the Pledge of Allegiance. Say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. And it is an honor to introduce Joanna Espinosa, the Center Director.
Thank you very much, Emily. In case anybody's wondering what the lights and cameras are all about today, we do have a special crew here, and that's another reason this graduation is very special, because they are currently making promotional or recruiting video for Springdale. We haven't had one in quite a number of years, and so it appears that folks are going to be featured as part of this video. So that's why we have all the lights and the camera and the action going on. But the first order of business for me this afternoon is to extend my congratulations to all the graduates here today. This is a special moment of a lot of pride, not only you having pride in yourselves, but us as staff and other students having pride in you. And The reason for the graduation is to recognize your success. And indeed, you look among yourselves here and you see all the students here who at this point, you are the role models. You are the students who have achieved and succeeded. And we are very much proud of that. And thank you also to all of the family and staff and other students who have given their support and encouragement to the students who are graduating today. For those of you who don't necessarily understand what it takes to be a full program completer, full vocational completer, it's quite a process that the students have to go through. Our full program completers have, if they didn't have a high school completion when they came in, they had to get their GED. If they didn't have to, of course, if they had to complete all of their academic classes nevertheless. They had to complete their vocational training, and they had to participate in work-based learning. And there's two more steps, excuse me. The next step would be to participate in a paid work position or have a job when they leave the program. And the last thing, which is new to Job Corps this year, is all of these students who are graduates today have been certified in employability skills. That has become a major focus of our program. And we recognize that in today's economy, it is not that difficult to obtain employment. The problem in today's world is retaining employment once you do have it, and retaining employment at a wage that is going to be sufficient for you to live on. And so being certified in these employability skills means that these students have demonstrated by the time that they have completed our program that they have great potential for being able to have and sustain lifelong employment. And for that, we wish them much success. And we've got a great program today where we can recognize all our graduates individually, so I'm not going to take the time to say a whole lot more, except that they have achieved success today. However, success is not a destination that any of us ever reach. The success is really in your life, how you live it, and the quality of your journey. And so for you folks today, I wish you much success on your journey through life once you leave Job Corps. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Joanne, on behalf of the students and staff. Our special speaker today is Ron Attaway. You may remember Ron because he spoke at our November graduation. Ron has worked with youth and college-age students for the past 8 years. Ron was a leader with Chi Alpha at Portland State University and Mountain Hood Community College. He continues to work with youth and college-age students as a youth pastor at Family Worship Center with his wife Spring. Please help me welcome Ron Attaway.
Well, thank you. It's definitely my pleasure. I'm kind of short, so I got to post that. It's definitely my pleasure. The first time you get asked to do something, nobody really knows what to expect. So it's always an honor to be accepted back again, because then you know that you didn't stink too bad the first time. So thank you once again for inviting me. Today, I like to say a few things about success. I hate this. I'm sorry. You guys can just listen while I talk to them, all right? Success to me is so many different things. Success, I believe, is different to everybody. I honestly believe that we could go throughout this room and each person could have a different definition of success. Because not one definition of success will fit in everybody's life. I remember when I got married, we went on a cruise, and I believe it was in St. Croix. We ran into a couple that was selling these little paintings. And we began to talk to this couple, and we found out that this couple had lived in, I believe, New York, somewhere over there, and they had great jobs, making good money. And they had gone to St. Croix on a vacation, and all of a sudden they realized that their definition of success was wrong. And so they went home, and 6 months later they had sold everything they had, and they moved back to St. Croix, where they were selling these little paintings. And they were the happiest that they'd ever been in their lives. And I started thinking about that, and I thought, you know what? That's definitely not my definition of success right there. But they're happy. And a society tries to push different things about success on us. They try to push that you got to make a lot of money to be successful. Well, we've learned over the last 5 to 10 years, especially in successful rich people's lives, that that's not true. Because if it was true that money could bring you happiness, then we would not see so many athletes or so many millionaires going to jail or committing suicide. We wouldn't see it. And so success to me is something different for each one of us. And so as I began to think about success, and each one of us could get up here and give 3 definitions how to be successful, because it's different. And so I thought about, for me, in my life, what does it mean to be successful? And the first thing I thought is you have to have a passion. You have to have a dream about something. You have to find your little niche in society. I tell every young person that I meet that you were put on this earth for one purpose. What that purpose is for you to find out. But that purpose, only you can do. You were put here for greatness. And each one of us just have to find that greatness inside of us. We just have to find why we were here. When I was a little kid, I didn't come from the normal home life. I was born in 1968. My mother was white and my father was black. Now in 1968, that was not a very popular thing. And because of my mother having a black child, her family just pretty much just disowned her. To this day, my grandfather died, and I never met him because he didn't want nothing to do with it. My mother was married for 2 years with this man, and I have another brother named Troy, 11 months later. They got a divorce, and then a few years later, she ended up hooking up with another guy, and she had a set of twins. A year later, they were done. And so then it was all it was my mother, a single mother, a 4 foot tall woman, and 4 boys. We didn't have much in life, but I'll tell you this, we had happiness. But I remember in high school, me and a friend were reminiscing about what we had been through in life and the different things that we had gone through. And I remember the day that I told him this, because it's been the day that it was like my moment in my life that I made up my mind I was going to do something. And I was a sophomore in high school, and I told this friend, you know what? Life might have been rough, but I guarantee you that no man, no person will ever stop me from becoming what I want to be. I don't care if it's color, I don't care if it's society, money, whatever. Nothing will stop me from achieving my dream. And that brings me to my second point. I heard a quote a couple years ago that fit that philosophy of my life completely. And it goes like this: you can't help what happens to you, but you can help what happens in you. And no matter what life throws you, because it's going to throw you some curves, it's going to throw you some different things. But no matter what it throws you, whatever you determine in your heart is what you're going to become. And today I can tell you that I'm living a great part of my dream. I remember at 16 years old wanting to work with young people. And I'm 30 years old and been doing it for the last 8 years, and I love it. But that's only part of my dream. See, Joanne said that success is a journey of life. And now I'm looking for new successes. You can't help what happens to you, but you can help what happens in you. So success to me, the first two, is that you need to have a focus. You need to have a passion about something. Secondly, you cannot let the world dictate to you what you want to do. You've got to find it and go for it. And the third thing is you have to believe in yourself. I said I have a brother named Troy. Troy's a great example about somebody that believes in himself. Troy is my hero when it comes to dreaming. Troy 10 years ago moved to LA. He wanted to be an actor. He wanted to be a musician. We laughed at him. We said, "You're crazy." For 10 years, Troy has bussed tables, cleaned bathrooms, did what he had to do for success. And there was many times in those 10 years that we'd call Troy and say, "Troy, just come home. Go to school, find your career. You can do more." But Troy would always tell him, "No, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it." And 10 years later, I can tell you, I just went and visited him like a couple weekends ago. And he's very close to his dream. I can tell you from a young man that was busting tables, he's now turning down $1 million contracts. Because everybody wants to produce his album. Watch for that name, Attaway. That's the name of this group. But he says, I believe. Believe in yourself. I honestly believe the greatest past power in somebody's life is your belief in yourself. Because if you believe, you can do anything. Anything. There was a song in a movie called Space Jam. I believe I can fly. I love that song. I sing it a lot, in the shower and everything. I do. I love it. Because that song to me is, especially when I'm down, it's like my shot in my arm. I can do it. I can do it. If you've never heard that, let me sing that part of the song for you, okay? I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can soar. I see me walking through that open door. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. That is. I challenge you to take that and believe in yourself. Because no matter how much your family believes in you, no matter how much your friends believe in you, it won't do you no good unless you believe it yourself. If you haven't heard anything that I've said today, please remember this. That each one of you were created for something more. Something more than you could probably ever dream. And so find big dreams and go after them with everything you have. To me, the most miserable place in the world sometimes is when you go to a nursing home and you see an older person that they say, "What coulda, shoulda, I could have done this, I could have done that." And to me, I don't want to go out like that. I want to say, "Man, I tried this," I said. So then I tried this until I found that one thing I could do. Find it. Believe in yourself. Find that passion. And then don't let nobody tell you. And you go for what you believe in. Believe in yourself. Thank you.
Please help me in welcoming our keynote speaker, Janine Lazard.
Hello. As most of you know, my name is Eileen. The first thing I would like to say is congratulations to my fellow graduates. We have worked hard and completed the program with honors. The second thing I would like to say is hi, Mom. Here's a quote that I feel applies to Job Corps. Cherish your visions and your dreams, as they are the children of your soul, the blueprints of your ultimate achievements. By Napoleon Hill. Coming to Job Corps is a decision most of us made. A lot more will make this decision also. When you get here, it's twice as hard as you thought. Finishing the program takes a lot of effort and strength. Job Corps life isn't that easy. You have to get used to a lot of things. New environment, new rules, new options, new people. Everything is different. Job Corps life is what you make it. It was hard for me because I didn't have a whole lot going on before I came here. I just stayed home, babysat, and did whatever. That wasn't something that I wanted to do forever, so when it came right down to it, I am happy that I made the decision to come here. I have seen many changes within Job Corps, not just rules and regulations or pay line or bus runs, but people too. I have met a lot of different people. If I had to pick the hardest thing about Job Corps, it would be seeing people leave. Making friends and seeing them leave hurts. Friends can make your day. I have made a lot of friends, both student and staff. These friends have pushed me, helped me, guided me through a lot of things. We are here today to celebrate the successful completion of Job Corps. I know that as children we didn't grow up and say, I'm going to go to Job Corps. However, we did have goals and dreams of success. This is only the beginning of our young lives. Some of us are going to go on to college, others will leave today and go on to work in the jobs and careers that we've attained here. But no matter what we do, we are that much closer to living our dreams. I say this with pride and joy. Not only have I survived Job Corps, but I have also successfully completed Job Corps. Thank you.
Now I would like to introduce Judy Cox, who will be giving recognition to the graduates who have completed their GED while in Job Corps and to present our GED graduates with their certificates.
First, I don't want to ignore the students that, the 9 graduates that started this road to success by earning their GEDs. But now we have 3 that are just starting on this road. And I would like them to come up as I call her name, please. We'll start with Jared Arnold. Our next one is Jamie Pope. And our last one is Shayla Taylor. Thank you. Thank you, Judy. I'd like to introduce Ray Sanchez with the full program of vocational graduates for auto body paint repair.
Oh, I'm Lynette.
Fran and I decided to do this together, so I hope you'll bear with us. We have both full program graduates today and 2 vocational graduates who already came with their high school diploma, and they'll be recognized for their vocational graduation. Joseph Davis is the first one we would like to recognize as a full program graduate. He completed the auto body program and is still working in there as kind of a foreman and teacher's helper and so on, helping Reyes get the shop in order and keeping the students motivated. But Joe also did what we used to call the linkage program, now called the work-based training program. He did a number of assignments off campus and did well at those. Attained his GED after a long, hard time of it, but completed that, and we are very proud of Joe Davis. Our next person is Merlin Nix. Merlin came to us with GED.
No, I didn't have nothing.
Oh, that's right. Yours was the one that we made an error on. Merlin come on up here, Merlin. Got his GED with us and completed his vocation. He did 3 phases, 3 stages of work-based training at a wonderful body shop called Mack & Son here in the Portland area, and they have taken him on full-time. He is no longer a Job Corps student. He is a Job Corps graduate today and a full-time employee. Okay, Jeremy Lemon, come on up. Now you won't see Jeremy break a smile today. But Jeremy is one of those strong silent types that got through our program, did his academic program, did a Lakeview Job Center, a work-based training assignment off center, and he has just recently enlisted in the U.S. Army. He finished up his enlistment papers yesterday. He will be flying out to Fort Benning, Georgia next week or the following?
On the 15th.
On the 15th. So we're very proud of Jeremy. We wish him well. He'll do very well.
For a full program and additional graduate.
Good afternoon. And the first thing I want to say is congratulations to each and every one of you. This is, on graduation day, it's always kind of a cross between an instructor and a mom, whether you're in my trade or not. We're just so proud of you guys. You're what Job Corps is all about, so congratulations. Earlier, Joanne, our center director, spoke to you about what it takes to be a full program completer, and we don't make it easy. There's a lot of hoops you're going to jump through. You're going to get high test scores. You're going to take a lot of required classes. If you need a GED, you're going to get that. Required social skills training classes. There's just a lot of things. In addition, for some of the trades, you also need to pass a national competency test. This is not an easy test. Building and apartment maintenance, culinary arts, business clerical, and I believe auto body, all have to pass this test in order to have the privilege of walking across the stage today as a full program graduate. And I'm very pleased to tell you that all 5 of the business clerical students are full program graduates. So thank you for coming. My first graduate is Rebecca. Rebecca's biggest challenge in this program was probably her attitude, and Rebecca and I clashed at times, but what was really neat about Rebecca is somewhere along the line, she kind of went, oh yeah, maybe that is a problem for me, and she started working on it, and the growth in her has been tremendous. We're very proud of her. She's currently working for Woodpecker Trucking in Pendleton, Oregon. Please join me in congratulating Rebecca Kerner. Next is Chris. Like I said, I'm not saying more about him. But I'll brag about him just a little bit. Chris not only completed his academics and his vocation while he was here, he was also very involved in Center Life, serving as our student body vice president. He also received a lot of awards during his time here. Let's see, he was Math Tutor of the Month, Outstanding Academic Student of the Month, Dorm Leader of the Month, and many, many more. He's currently working as a receptionist at Heald College. Please join me in congratulating My next student is Kathleen. Many of the students present here probably don't even know Kathleen. She was off center working before some of you even arrived. She, like the rest of the BC graduates, is a full program completer. She's working for Foster Rentals. Is that correct, Kathleen? No.
I got laid off.
Oh, well, she got laid off, but she's going to find another job. Let's congratulate Kathleen. Oh, and then Janine, she can just keep her hands to herself. Janine is a real fixture on our campus. The entire staff knows her, and many of them have had the opportunity to work with her. She has been an absolutely outstanding student. She has wonderful skills. She did her work-based training on center for the program director's secretary. She then moved into Hood Lodge, where she worked as a receptionist with all the duties that go along with it. She really wowed us with her desktop publishing skills, and she did Dragon Tales. They were outstanding, Janine. She's going to be attending Mountain Community College this spring as part of our ACT program. Please join me in congratulating Janine Karter. My last young lady has been off center also for quite a long time. Adele started out very slow in the program. We had to have some staffing, so we're really concerned about her. But boy, we all had the opportunity to really watch you grow and develop, Adele, and it was an exciting thing to be a part of. She finished up every requirement on center, and she went to work in the insurance field. She did her first work-based training for standard insurance, and then from there she moved to farmers insurance. I just found out today that she's employed with Safeway. Please join me in congratulating Adele Page. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. Now I'd like to introduce Chris Roberts of the full program in vocational graduates for culinary arts.
Well, like everybody says, it isn't easy to get through this program. For any parents out there, I'm sure you've heard periodically back and forth from your young ones, your young adults, how difficult it was. And they probably weren't exaggerating. There's times that it's very difficult. All our students that I have here today have lived in our dorm life. They have rules to live within the dorm life. They have academic things to get through. For some of them, the academic part's hard. For some of them, the socializing's hard. But they all come through it. They all came here to change their lives. And all these students accomplished that. They all changed their lives. When we get up here to talk about them, it's always like, I want to really say something that expresses how hard they work and what they meant to us and what they taught us. And you try so hard to think of the words until you realize there just aren't the words to express that. These are wonderful young people, and you can rest assured, leaving our country in their hands. When we have these kind of young adults that struggled through some tough times, that didn't always have it easy and made it, they will get us all through it, and I will guarantee that. I have one young man that isn't able to make it today. He went home to find that job, and his name was Jeff Nalpagna. He did his work-based training at a catering place, and he did a great job. He had a great sense of humor, and we wish he could have made it, and I'm sure he's going to find this job and just do very well. I have another young man that is very bright, intelligent young man. He came into the program, he flew through the program. Jeremiah? His personal illustrator, Jeremiah, was our student government president, and he did a good job. He's now working, he was on his own. I don't know what he's doing, but I probably don't want to know. Congratulations, Jeremiah.
job. Good luck. You'll be just great.
I don't want to know, I'm sure. I just like graduation. I have another young lady. This young lady came into the program and she had some health problems and she had started her work-based training. She went back home to take care of some. At that point, a lot of people would have just gave up. They would have said, I just think it's easier to stay home. I don't know if I want to come back and go through this again. But this young lady didn't. She had told me that she was going to be a baker and that she was going to go to Three Lions Bakery and she was going to decorate cakes and she was going to secure herself a job. Well, we certainly hope that happens for her, and it did. And she came back to the program and with leaps and bounds set out to accomplish her goal, accomplished all her goals. She's now working, and she also got the highest ever vocational competency score on her test that I've ever had. So we can be extremely proud of this young lady, Amber Gayton. Congratulations. Our last but not least young lady, this has got to be the most determined young person I have ever seen in 9 years. If I had fell down and got up as many times as she did, I'd be wearing a back brace. She would never give up. I had her in my office. We cried together. We laughed together. She quit. She didn't quit, but she never gave up. She had passed her competency test at the first level, and she was determined to pass it at the next level. And she struggled, and she studied, and she studied, and she studied. She finished all her work-based training, and she passed that test at the last level just a couple weeks ago. And we are so proud of her. She's working at Catering at Best, a beautiful catering company, and they're very, very lucky to have her. What's their house?
Thank you, Chris. And now I'd like to introduce Jean Dietzen for a full program graduate in retail and marketing.
Was there any help? Right curriculum? Take the test and create them? And most importantly, keep the other students on track. Full program completer now in the ACT program. Give it up for Jason Phillips. Jason, I got a question for you. How's it feel to be successful?
Well, Gene, let me just tell you, it was a hard road. All of us went through it, but it feels good, huh? Yeah. You finally made it, huh? Yeah. Yeah, today's our day. Anyways, I don't know, what can I say? Job Corps? Job Corps is not so bad after all, man.
Thank you, Jean and Jay. This is a very special time in our ceremony. This is the presentation of roses. This time is given to the graduates to present a rose to the person who has made a significant contribution to the student while they travel this path to success. Please join the students in this special tribute. Please stand. Turn your tassels from left to right. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduates of February 25th, 2000.
Together.
overcome to graduate from Job Corps. You ready? So look at the camera and tap.
Okay, hi, my name is Merlin Nix, and I just recently graduated Job Corps, and basically this a pretty good program. Some obstacles I went through is the living arrangements, moving around, dealing with other people's emotions and drama and stuff. It was a big obstacle, the big thing right there. And working, that was another obstacle. It was kind of easy, but then on the other hand, it was hard. But I'm here and I've accomplished it, so Job Corps is a good program.
What was difficult about dealing with other people's emotions?
Sometimes you didn't know what to say to them because you didn't know what their emotions were about. Usually it was about another person, but you didn't know what to say about it because, it's different. The living arrangements are just a little bit weird.
You mean living in the dorms and stuff? Did you feel those SSP classes helped you out? The social skills training that you underwent at Job Corps, did you feel that helped you in some way?
It helped a little bit. It's basically like especially learning high school and stuff. So it's basically you got it in your head. You just have to use it. So it's basically simple, but most people don't usually use it. So.
Would you recommend Job Corps to another teenager?
Yeah, I would.
Why?
It's a good program and it helps you get to where you need to be, your goal in life. It helps you succeed in what kind of program. Like me, I did an auto body. So I'm doing pretty good in that, making some good money. So, beats flipping burgers. So, yeah, I'd recommend it.
Hey, congratulations. Thank you. Was that so hard? All right. I want you to introduce yourself and then tell me what trade you graduated in. All right?
Are we filming it?
Yeah. Ready? Action.
My name is Rebecca Furness, and I was in business circle. I like computers. I got my GED.
Thank you. Now, what obstacle did you have to overcome to graduate from Job Corps?
There's a lot of obstacles.
Such as?
Dealing with other people, dealing with things that don't go your way, talking with people, learning how to communicate, putting up with people who like to pull fire alarms in the middle of the night when you really, really want to sleep. There's too many to count. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on. I just can't think of half of them.
How did you end up overcoming them, though, to graduate?
I basically stayed to myself. I didn't talk to anybody. I didn't really trust anybody. I never brought up any of my personal issues. I just pretty much just stayed to myself. If I had any problems, I always had somebody to call.
Would you recommend Job Corps to another teenager?
Yeah, I would, because there's a lot of stuff that younger kids need, and freedom isn't really one of them. They need to get in, get their stuff done, and get out. I think that if it's your last resort, I think it's wonderful. I mean, the basic obstacle is, if you're mature and you like to have your sleep, then, stay to yourself. Don't trust anybody. There's a lot of rumors that go on. There's a lot of gossip. It's like another soap opera.
Okay, thank you, Rebecca.
You're welcome.
I'm going to cut that out. Okay. Oh, give me 1 minute. We got you now. What was the number one obstacle you had to overcome to graduate from Job Corps?
Staying out of the drama, staying away from all the little kids that thought they were cool and stuff, and so I had to keep to myself and succeed. Why was I successful? Because I pretty much thought about myself. I didn't think about anyone else when I was there. I mean, I wasn't worried about nobody else. At first I had trouble, but I accomplished those troubles and I graduated. I mean, what? I'm here.
I'm your homegirl. Wait, hold up, homegirl. I'm your homegirl, and you're telling me about Job Corps. What would you say?
About Job Corps. It's a good program to go through. I mean, I would tell anyone to go through it, but not, if you were able to make it, I don't know what to say. Job Corps is nice, I guess. It gives you a lot of training. If you want to be in business, auto body, or, culinary arts, they will train you good, and they will give you what you need to succeed in life. They will give you what you need. And if you don't have no education, they will give you your GED. They'll put education in you that you have never thought about having. You'll accomplish a lot of stuff being in Job Corps. And I know I have, and that's why I'm here today graduating.
Thank you, madam. Congratulations. All right. Mom, don't leave, please. Where's your daughter at? I know you're in a hurry. Just please bear with us, folks. We're almost done. Okay, ma'am, Mom, how you doing? Tell us about how the Job Corps program impacted your daughter.
Gave you a role. Well, she's more grown up and I don't know. What do you want me to say?
So we'll interview your daughter first, and then you can talk. Okay, don't go anywhere, Mom. Where do you want it, right here? Tell me, what was the biggest obstacle you had to overcome to be in the Job Corps program?
The biggest obstacle?
The biggest obstacle
to be in the Job Corps program?
To stay in Job Corps. And first, could you state your name and what trade you're graduating from?
Oh, my name is Jean Lazard. I was in the business and clerical vocations. The biggest obstacle I had to overcome was growing up. I'm 22 now, but when I came to Job Corps, I was 21 and still living at home, doing nothing. So I had to take responsibility and become independent.
What advice would you give someone, another young person graduating from Job Corps, or interested in Job Corps, or maybe not doing anything but, kicking it?
Stay real and realize what you want to do. You have to have dreams and you have to want to succeed. And stay real and stay strong.
What about in relationship to Job Corps?
That's what I'm saying. The people in Job Corps in general. People change all the time, and it's not always for the positive. Sometimes it's for the negative. But to be in Job Corps, it's really hard. You have to stay focused. Stay focused.
So how do you stay focused?
I knew what I had to do, so I came in focused and I stayed focused. So.
Okay, Mom, we're ready for you now. You guys stay together. Okay, I won't. Is this all right, Miss Killingsworth? Okay, Mom, now, after hearing what she had to say, can you tell me how Job Corps impacted her life? You see her as a more mature young woman?
Oh, yes. She's more mature, more independent, and they'll always be my baby.
Would you recommend Job Corps to another family?
Oh, yes, I always do. I always tell other children, my brothers, my sisters, or nieces and nephews, I always tell them, do something, go to Job Corps at least.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Mom? Parents come first. You know how that is. Well, let's do your daughter first. No, you go first. What you say, Miss Killingsworth, right here? Is this all right? Okay, I'll go first. Okay, let Mom go first. Can you state your name and tell us how Job Corps impacted your daughter?
My name is Bonnie Johnson, and this is my daughter, Wazira Hassan. And Job Corps has completely turned Wazira's life around, from being partly uneducated to hanging out in the streets, to completely 380-degree turn, to get her culinary and to grow into a beautiful young woman. Out of 5 of my children, she's one that I can say is going to succeed because of Job Corps.
Thank you, Mom. So you graduated with Chris, right? She was kicking a bunch of workers, wasn't she? Tell us, state your name and then tell me the biggest obstacle you had to overcome to stay in Job Corps. Because it's not an easy program to get out of, right?
My name is Wazira Hassan.
Speak up.
Wazira Hassan. And the biggest thing about getting through Job Corps is really about loving you. If you love yourself, and you want to do something, you can achieve it, I say that this is like one of my dreams, so
Tell me one thing you had to overcome to stay in Chris's program.
Stress, taking the test, you know, completing, keep on studying and studying and studying. Her yelling and stuff.
But it was worth it?
It was worth it.
I'm your homegirl. What would you tell me about Job Corps?
I think anybody can do Job Corps, and I encourage a couple friends to go to, and they have came and went through it. So.
Thank you very much, and congratulations. Thank you. All right, thank you. Now the young men, yes. Thank you for waiting. Where is, what's his face? Cat that got hit. He left? Okay. Well, one monkey don't stop no show, right? All right.
Okay. How about we all just talk?
Let me get these two, and then we get, the lieutenant in a minute. Is this your sister? Yes. Okay. Can we interview you, sissy? About your brother, how he changed? Okay. First of all, let me thank you again for waiting. I appreciate it. If you can introduce yourself and tell me the biggest obstacle you had to overcome to graduate here tonight.
My name's Jamie. I think the biggest obstacle is getting up every morning and coming to school since I live off center. So.
Why was that difficult?
Just the motivation of it. You gotta have the motivation to do it. But once you do it, it's a big stepping stone. So.
What did you use to motivate yourself?
Just knowing that I needed to do something for myself, complete something in my life.
How did Job Corps help in that?
It gave me training for a trade. You know, hooked me up with jobs and everything.
Thank you. Is that so hard? Now, same thing. Introduce yourself and tell me the biggest obstacle you had to overcome to complete.
My name's Chris, and the biggest obstacle is probably the drama around Job Corps.
You mean the residential living stuff?
Like, as far as like he said, she said, they're doing this, they're doing that. That's the biggest thing. If you can just get through that, then it's just for me it was a cakewalk because I stayed out of that. So it wasn't a cakewalk, but it made things a lot easier around campus.
Well, in terms of your trades, what did you find difficult, and then how did you address that?
As far as our trades, probably staying in class. Because doing the same thing for 8 hours a day every week, it's like it tends to get boring. So just staying focused, knowing that what you have to do, and to get to this phase of graduation is a big accomplishment. So just try to make fun out of the trade.
How did you stay focused? One last question. How did you stay focused?
I stay focused knowing that looking down the road, long-term goal, looking at this stepping stone and my lifetime goal, and I know. For me to stay focused, I need to know I need to do this before I can move on for the rest of my life. So just looking forward to it, knowing that this can be my day, but also my mom's day because she's very happy in it.
Where's your mom at?
She's over there.
Come on, Mom. He already mentioned you. We need that continuity. Talk her into it, all right? Is that cool?
Yeah.
Let me get Sissy and just Jeremy just a minute, please. The strong, silent type, I guess, right? Okay, well, I appreciate you doing this, first of all. Can you tell me the biggest obstacle you had to overcome to graduate from Job Corps? I mean, it's not an easy program. Old folks can't graduate from this.
It's all that time that I jumped in and jumped out. It's the whole span of time. There's not any one specific area that I had to cover for being able to hurdle. It was the whole deal. It's either all or none, all the way around.
What advice can you give someone just coming in the Job Corps? They're a little nervous, and you know, everyone's new. They don't know anyone, and let's say they're kind of quiet and reserved like you.
Just make the best of it. Look at it as if it's a big joke. I mean, don't laugh at it, but go with it. Go with the flow. Don't play, but do what you got to do.
Congratulations on graduating.
Thank you.
Very, very proud of you. Now, sister, tell me, what are among the biggest changes your brother experienced while in Job Corps?
He's not confident.
Wait, stand by. Say, this is my brother just graduated from Job Corps.
My brother just graduated from Job Corps, and I think one of his biggest changes is he's more confident in himself. And he does smile a little bit more than he used to, too. But I think that's it. He's a lot more confident, and he knows what he wants now.
Thank you, sister. Thank you, and congratulations again. Joe? Okay, do something with your gun, son. Your gum, put it under your tongue. I don't want you, cool. I want you to introduce yourself and tell me the biggest obstacle you had to overcome in graduating from Job Corps.
My name's Joe Davis, and the biggest obstacle I think of Job Corps was, I don't know, I thought it really wasn't too much of an obstacle. It was pretty much cake, really. It wasn't too hard.
Tell me about the program, and then don't chew your gum. Tell me about the auto body program you graduated.
We just go through and it's hard to explain.
Obviously.
It's hard to explain to me. Okay, well, in auto body, what we would do is we'd go in. What do you want me to tell you
I
about
want you to tell me about the program. Tell me how it affects you in your own words. I don't want to put words in it.
I know, but what kind of stuff do you want to know about it? Like,
tell me what you learned. How about that?
I learned a lot about auto body by going through the Job Corps program. I learned that the right ways to do things, and I went on linkage, and I worked in a real shop, and I learned a lot from there too. Also, like how to sand and the right ways of all the techniques that I needed to know to start doing it. If I wished to keep doing it, you know.
Are you going to continue in auto body?
I don't think so. I want to go to college, actually, so I don't think that I'm going to do that.
Are you going to join the ACT program?
Yeah, I applied for it, so if I get accepted, then I'm going to go. If not, there's financial aid or something.
Well, man, congratulations. I'm sorry my question was so vague.
Oh, that's all right.
All right, thank you. Come on. And good luck, Joe. How you doing? Thanks for waiting. I appreciate it. I really do. You ready, Mr. Cummings? He's getting tired. Tell me, what is the biggest obstacle you had to overcome to graduate from Job Corps? Wait, first introduce yourself and then answer that question.
Okay. My name is Jay Phillips, and the biggest obstacle I had to overcome in Job Corps was probably the drama within the students and the negativity as far as people not wanting you to achieve your goals. You kind of have to have a personal desire to be successful and overcome.
Tell me some of the things you learned in Job Corps.
Some of the things I learned in Job Corps is to work with people of different races, cultures, and creeds and whatnot, characteristics, and also to be not just successful in using my personal skills, but at the same time holding down my temper and being professional as far as dressing attire and whatnot, and basically.
Okay, pretend I'm your homeboy and you're talking to me about Job Corps. What would you say?
I say if you're going to do Job Corps, then go in, get what you got to do, and get out. Just make the best of it. Don't fool around. Take it seriously, and get out, you know.
We heard that, and we recorded, and thank you. Hey, congratulations. Okay, Nia, where are you going? There she is. Nia, where's the gear? How'd you do that? Oh, have a seat. I got you for 10 more minutes. Chillin', ain't that right? Okay. Yes, start over.
All right. My name is Jared Arnold, and a few of the things that I've learned at the Springdale Job Corps, the number one and most important would probably be self-discipline. Before I came to the center, I was a little bit on the wild side, if you would say, and that's definitely one of the most important things that I did learn, is self-discipline.